Dressed eggs DEVILLE. So if you boil your eggs right, they won't have that greenish sort of tint like these do. But to do that, you have to watch them a little closer than I did and cut them off after about 5 minutes of boiling, and then let them sit there for about 5 more minutes. And they're generally about perfect. But that green color won't hurt you none. But get you some eggs, and you don't have to have a fancy egg plate, but if you do, use it. Get you some eggs, boil them, cut them in half, take the yolks out, put them in something to stir them up in, a bowl, or in this case, a measuring cup, and then dice you up a shallot. And I guess you could just use a processor to do that with, but I like just dicing it up. It's fun if you like using a knife. So just dice it on up, something like that. Just dice it, keep dicing. Don't let me down now. Just keep dicing. Not to be confused with the vacuum cleaner, but just keep dicing and dicing until you've diced that entire shallot, and throw that in your thing of egg yolks. And after that, get you some capers and dice them up a little bit, if they're not the tiny ones. I use the bigger ones because those are the ones I could find. And I just diced them down to size. They have kind of a salty flavor. And I think they complement this dish well. And once you got those two things in, add a touch of salt. And stir it up. Something like that. Now I made my mayonnaise that I'm going to put in here. I put a little bit of spicy brown mustard in it, but I used plain vinegar in making that mayonnaise. So it gave it a slight spicy taste. Not overpowering, it's real subtle. But just add enough mayonnaise to make all that good. Keep it from tasting dry, but you don't want it too runny, because you gotta pipe it into the eggs, and you don't want it to just run all over the place. You want it to stay, kind of looking pretty. And if you have it running all over the place, it's just not right. It shouldn't be runny. But it shouldn't be dry either. It's a kind of cereal and milk kind of thing. Gotta get it right. Then I put it into a piping bag. You don't need a tip for this. I mean, you can use a tip if it's big and all those little chunks of things will go through it. But I just cut the end off that bag and piped it into my eggs. Like something like that. And just keep piping until you have piped all of them. Unless you want to give up halfway through, but why would you want to do that? You want all the trouble of making that stuff. Might as well use it. And don't worry, should be enough for all your eggs. Just enough. You may have to squeeze a little extra hard that little last bit. Then I put tarragon on them. And that's it. That's how I make dressed eggs DEVILLE. Hopefully that's not a copyright thing.